Hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint artist. I'm going to do an eyeshadow tutorial. I'm going to show you how these two colors can be used and made into multiple colors. Very simple. I'm going to make a very dimensional eyeshadow look. Everybody asks me how I do my smoky eye, so I'm going to show you. And all I'm going to use are these two colors. I've got Venus and I've got Oak. I like Oak. It's a great eyeshadow color for your brows, but it's also great for your eyes and smokiness and all the yumminess. Okay. So I've prepped my lid. I always use my brightening highlight and then I set it with my setting powder. You can use that with Cupcake, Pup, or Mama if you're wanting to do that with an eyeshadow. Those are the colors I would recommend. And I'm going to dig right in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shimmery brow. I'm just going to take a fluffy end of the brush and I'm just going to tap a little bit in to Venus, and I am going to put this just below the brow. This is going to put a light fleck under my brow without making it really harsh. And then at the end, when I'm putting it on my lid, you're going to see how it's nice and sparkly. So it can be a nice bold shimmer, but it can also be a really subtle shimmer, which I like when one shadow can do multiple things. Now I'm going to go in. It was that easy. It's very light, very subtle. I'm going to go into Oak, and this is going to be my transition color. Transition color is a subtle color, a light color, and I'm going to put this on my brow bone. Now I have hooded eyes, and I want to come out of that area so you don't lose the color. So I'm going to take a little bit of Oak, and I'm going to draw a line back and forth. I'm not going to bring this into my crease. I'm just going to blend this up towards my brow, and I'm going to create a really soft brown transition color. Really light, really soft. All you do is continue to blend until it's at the tone you want. Just like that. And I like to pull up towards the outer part of my brow bone here just to give my eye some lift. I also pull out past the outer corner of my eye just to make my eyes look a little bit bigger. We don't want to close them up. All right, grab a little bit of that Oak. Do the same thing over here. We're pushing onto that brow bone and we're just sweeping it back and forth. And I'm not going into the crease, I'm staying above it. I'm kind of moving my crease, if you will, and giving the illusion that I'm not quite as hooded as I am. And so I'm just windshield wipering this and blending it to where I want it. I have a brow hair that needs to be removed. Where are you? There you are. Okay, gone. Poof, done. Okay, next, I'm going to take this same color. I'm going to use the short end, a denser brush. The fluffier the brush, same with your face. The denser the brush, the more product you're going to pick up. I'm going to go to the small end. I'm going to pick it up and put some Oak on there. Tap off the excess. And I'm going to push this along my lash line. And then I'm going to come outside and I'm going to push into my crease. But I'm outside. And now it's a deeper, denser color. You see that? We're just pushing this into the inner lid, or outer lid, I'm sorry. Outer lid, and then I'm going to grab it and I'm going to pull this under. Now, the key to having a nice, good smoky eye is bringing it farther than you're comfortable with. Don't pull it all the way in. You want to go about halfway to 3/4 of the way over, and I like using this side of the fluffy brush because you get a good, thick under eye, and you want to pull it up and around to meet. We're going to flip it to the fluffy end and we're just going to tap this and bring it all together. Have a nice light smoky transition color, and then I've deepened it using the same color. So we're going to do that on the other side. Tap off the excess. I'm pushing on the lash line here, pulling out past the outer corner, and then pushing up on the bottom part, almost like it's going into the crease, but I'm just pushing at the bottom of that brow bone. And then I'm going to pull it under my eye, going about 3/4 of the way in. And I want it good and thick. You can always clean this up with your foundation or your concealer or your creams, whatever you're using. So creating that smoky eye just with the same color, using that fluffy end just to tap it and give everything a good blend. I'm going to take this brush, I'm going to spray it with setting spray. This is going to deepen that color even more. This one color of brown can be used as 3 shades, a nice light transition, a nice smoky outer corner, and then you get the brush wet, you tap into this, you're going to tap off the excess, and it's wet, and it's going to deepen it even more. And I'm going to keep this on the outer lid, just really deepening right there. And it's nice and deep and dark. I'm also going to add it just to the outer quarter of my lash line here. keeping it on that outer lid, pushing it onto the lid a little bit out to meet, tapping it with the fluffy end. Taking that wet brush, picking it up, and again, tapping that onto the outer lid right here. And I like to tap it in, and then again, pushing onto that outer quarter, not corner, quarter, and then matching it right out here. Grabbing that fluffy end, tap, tap, tap. I like to tap it. It doesn't blend it away. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, I put that shimmer on with the fluffy end of my brush. I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to rub into Venus and put it on my finger. And now I'm going to push it onto my lid. Do you see how much bolder it is when you use your finger? You can really jump it up a notch with setting a little bit of cream in the middle and tapping it on. Not the look I'm going for. You can also use the wet brush and foil. Foil just means it really makes it extra pigmented, more so than this. So I'm using my finger and I'm just tapping this on to the rest of my lid, meeting up with that deeper color. Taking that fluffy end and I'm tapping this and just blending it all together. And I like to push from the shimmer onto the oak, so it almost pulls that shimmer and it transitions really beautifully. Same thing over here, tapping and then pulling right where that Venus shimmer meets up with that oak matte. I don't like doing a full shimmer shadow look on the eyes. All right, next I'm going to grab my eyeliner. I don't use anything fancy, just Maybelline Tattoo Studio, and I waterline my top lash line. Waterline the top lash line, just like that. See, I don't go all the way over. I go right when my lashes really start to thin out. And I like to waterline just because it gives my lashes a fuller look when I add my mascara. So pushing that in onto the waterline, and then I go and start pushing onto the lashes. And it just gets them good and full. And I always make sure I go all the way to the corner. Oops, I'm going to take this and I'm going to kiss my lash line and create kind of a harsh line right here. Looks a little harsh. I'm going to grab my eyeshadow brush. There's a link in the description. Click on my link and there is a direct link for this eyeshadow brush. It's not a Seint brush, but it's so, so good. And I'm just basically buffing that little smudge I made with the liner before it sets and pushing it into that oak color. And this is how I create my smoky eye. Grabbing that liner, kissing that lash line down here. You want it to look good and harsh. Every rule you want to break, you break it right here. Grab that eyeshadow brush and fix it. Just by buffing this in and smoking it out. I push it in and I pull it down into that oak, and it just creates this really pretty smoky eye. It's nice, it's romantic, it's pretty. I am gonna take this brush, I'm gonna push into that Venus, and I'm gonna tap this right here. It's a nice, dense, thin brush, so it's not gonna get too crazy, but I'm just gonna complete that smoky eye in with Venus. All right, next I'm gonna grab my eyeliner, liquid liner. I use Stila Stay All Day. It's dual-ended. There's a big end, this guy right here, and then on the other end, it's nice and dainty, and I like the dainty side. And I go out past the corner, and I just continue my lash, just to continue the lash line. I pull straight up, and then I meet from the corner, and then I pull in. Just like that. Really simple. I don't go all the way across because it's just going to close my eye. And then I fill it in. It's better to draw the picture and then fill it in. Then I open my eye and see where I need to go. And if I want to come up more, I do. Just like that. Nice, pretty little baby cat eye. Okay. I'm going to go and kiss the edge of my lashes right here. And I extend my lash line. Now I didn't go all the way over with my eyeliner because, stand by, it closes the eye. But I still want to extend my lashes and I want the illusion that my eyeliner goes all the way across. So I just kiss that edge. So again, I come out a little more than my outer corner, go straight up and draw a straight line in. I only go maybe halfway, and that halfway is really pushing it. And then I fill it in. It's the easiest way is to draw what the shape you want and then fill it in. And then finish once it's all filled in, you can fix your shaping to what you want. That's all I'm doing here. They're never gonna match. Yeah, they're definitely not matching, so I need to fix that. I think that's the best I'm gonna get out of this. Cat eyes are hard, guys. Cat eyes are hard. All right. Bare Minerals Lashtopia finally got a new bottle. And I'm just going to wiggle at the root and pull. Wiggle at the root because I like my lashes to be really full at the root line. And then I pull up. Root line and up. And I just really focus first on filling my lashes. Filling the root line. And by waterlining, that really helps give them that fuller look. Get that lower lash line. And then come back up and I just flick the tips of the bristles to build up and out. And there we go. Grab some more. Same thing over here, wiggling at the root and pulling. Filling up the root, the base, I guess, is what other people call it. And then filling up to the top. It's a process, guys, it's a process. Get that lower lash line. Once you add mascara, you can really see where you need to add and where you need to take away. And I have to say, I really hate my eyeliner today. So I'm gonna take my brush, I'm gonna take a look, and I'm just gonna say, I want to jump this up a little bit. So I'm gonna push in to that oak again, and I'm just gonna deepen right here. This is typically what I do every time is I always wanna add, but this is two eyeshadows. But I've made them both two different boldnesses of shimmer. Okay, I highlighted under my brow. You could barely see it. And then I kicked it up using my finger on my lid. Just like that. Want to add a little more up here. Okay, and then as you keep adding, you can build up that oak color. And two colors, and I have this really pretty dimensional look. That's it. That's how I do my smoky eye. Let's tidy this up a little bit. I'm gonna grab the buff brush. I think, where are you? Here you are. On the small end, it's a dense brush, and I'm just gonna tap some onto the tip here, and I am going to tidy things up right here and on this inner corner, and just pushing and pulling and tidying up. Look at how pretty that is, just to have things just tidied up a little tiny bit. Bam. Look at that. Look what brightening does. So much. Look at that. All right, tapping onto the top, and we're just gonna clean her up right here. Clean her up right here. Bing, bang, boom. That's how I make my smoky eye. If you feel like you bring your smokiness down too far, you can rein it in at this point right here. So good. And that's it. Have a great day.